Today, we are searching for hidden treasure on a hidden Florida beach. Woo!
And while this beach is just miles from some of those beautifully manicured white sand beaches that the Florida Gulf Coast is known for, this beach has darker sand, a secluded feel, and doesn't really even feel like it's in Florida.
So the beach we're talking about is Caspersen Beach. It always has had a unique hidden feel to it, but it's even more hidden now since the hurricanes of 2024 completely wiped out its access road, and it still has not reopened over a year later. So currently you have to walk along the adjacent beach about a half mile to get there, and we're on our way there right now.
Now, in our opinion, this walk is worth it just due to the beauty of Caspersen Beach alone, but it's going to be even more worth it if we find some of the treasure we're looking for today. And that treasure is shark's teeth. And when it comes to shark tooth hunting, Caspersen Beach is the best. So much so that the city in which it's located, Venice, Florida, is actually known as the shark tooth capital of the world.
Now, Venice has a lot to offer beyond searching for shark's teeth, which we are going to show you later in this video, but for now, it's time to get hunting.
Now, from our research, the best time to hunt is at low tide, which was around 7:45 this morning. We did make it out to the beach within an hour of low tide, and there were already a bunch of people out on Brohard Beach hunting. It was really tempting just to hang out there, but we did make it all the way to Caspersen because we really wanted to see what the experience is like out here. We walked just past the rocky area, and the water out here is super clear. The sand is getting darker. There's hardly any other people, but if you're considering coming here, keep in mind the park is closed, so there are no amenities currently.
Now, I do not know a whole lot about shark tooth hunting, but I do know that you want one of these and one of these. This is known as a Florida shovel. You use this to scoop the shells, and then you shake it and dump it into here. And this is known as a sifter, which can help you sort it even better, I think. So I think I'm gonna scoop and Jamie's gonna sift. But honestly, we haven't even started using these yet, and we found 2 shark's teeth just by looking on the beach. So we might actually just try that method a little bit more too. So I think my beginner's luck just spotting the shark's teeth from above has run out because I haven't found any more for a while. So I think we're actually gonna try out our tools now.
I see Skylar is already testing out the Florida shovel.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Now, we believe you can rent these shovels from the pier area, but we wanted to make sure to rent a floating sifter as well.
Yeah, you gotta get that thing out here.
All right, you wanna put some more on?
Is that one?
No, I don't think
That's
so.
what I spotted. Dang it.
Finally, after like 20 scoops, we found our first shark's tooth using our tools. I think this is the smallest so far. So Skylar saw a dark spot in the water and scooped it up, and sure enough, it is a shark's tooth. This is, I think, the biggest one we found so far. Wow,
Yeah.
That's a good one.
All right, you better take that one to shore.
Okay, I will. So we have figured out a successful strategy. And another one. Skylar has been scooping from the beach area that's underwater about 50% of the time right now. And then I'm using the floating sifter in the water, and that thing is money. We have found a bunch of shark's teeth already. Skylar grabbed a scoop and he already saw 2 sitting right on top. I didn't even have to sift through it. It's been about an hour and we have found over 20 shark's teeth. We found most of them using the scoop and the sifter. Now, we know that you can rent scoops from the pier, but we're not sure if you can rent the floating sifters. We had contacted another company who does rent them, but unfortunately their hours were 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. But since we wanted to get out here early for low tide, that didn't really work with our schedule. We ended up finding somebody on Facebook that rents the equipment nearby. Now, that has worked out really well for us, but honestly, you don't need the equipment. Skylar actually prefers to look along the shoreline. It's a little bit more challenging, and he's been finding some bigger teeth.
Now, I gotta be honest, I was a little bit concerned that we might get out here and not find any shark's teeth at all, and this video would be a total dud, but we are having some luck, and it has been quite a bit of fun. Now, if you're someone like me who can't sit still too long and doesn't really like just laying on the beach for a long time, this is a great activity, and I'd say it'd be a great activity for kids as well. Now, those of you who've been following our channel for a while may actually remember that we have visited this beach before, but that time we basically just came to hang out. We did look for shark's teeth a little bit, but we didn't have any of the equipment, and we didn't find anything. We just weren't that into it. But a couple years ago, we went to Sea Glass Beach on the island of Vieques. We found a ton of sea glass. We figured we had so much fun doing that, we better give shark tooth hunting another chance, and we're really glad we did because we are both having a blast.
In our second hour of hunting, we found around 30 teeth, but we didn't find any quite as big as the ones we found during the first hour when it was closer to low tide. Now, Skylar says scooping is a workout, so he's getting hungry. We probably won't stay out here much longer. We did grab something from from a coffee shop this morning. I think it was Serenity Cafe. We had a couple of lattes, and when we were there, they brought out fresh made croissants. So we had to try one of their chocolate croissants, and that thing was so light and fluffy and delicious. It was a great way to give us energy for hunting this morning. Now we do have a lunch spot picked out that we're excited for, but before we head that way, I'm gonna try some scooping.
I tested out a new method and it was not successful. I need your scooping.
All right.
Is that a good one?
I don't know, my first scoop. Hopefully you find something in it. My scooping was short-lived. We did find 6 more shark's teeth, but I think we're both in agreement that Skylar is the better scooper. But to my defense, there was a bunch of seagrass that moved into our prime scooping area. Now Skylar just got done counting our shark's teeth, and we have 59 for the day. So he's gonna find 1 more to make it 60, and then we're gonna head to lunch.
So it turns out maybe Jamie wasn't that bad of a scooper, because it did take us a while to find our 60th tooth. It was a lot harder when you had to go through that seagrass, but eventually we did find number 60 as well as number 61 and 62. But honestly, even if we weren't finding teeth, we still would have had a great time today, because there's hardly anyone else out on this beach. The water was beautiful and refreshing, and the weather was perfect. But after 3 hours out on this beach, we do feel like we got enough teeth, and we've definitely got enough sun. So we're gonna head back to our car and then go grab some food. Now I do gotta mention that as the sun starts to rise, the sand on this beach does get really hot because it is so much darker than your typical Florida beach sand.
Now, after our experience today, Skylar and I both agreed that we will be back to do some more shark tooth hunting. So if you've been and have some tips you're willing to share, let us know in the comments. Another cool thing about this beach is it's right next to the Venice airport, so you see a ton of small planes flying in. Here comes another plane. Our lunch spot is Croissant and Company, which we did visit in our prior Venice episode, but since then they have moved to a new location, and today we're here to try some of their lunch items. We ordered the beef and blue croissant, which comes with roast beef, blue cheese, and caramelized onions. We also got the bacon and onion We also ordered the bacon and onion fagasse. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it looks delicious, and I'm pretty sure it's filled with Swiss cheese and cream cheese. So this thing is crunchy on the outside and soft and creamy in the middle. I'm so glad we decided to try it because we've never had one before, and we would definitely order one again.
Now, as good as that fugazi thing is, this sandwich is even better. The croissant is fresh and flaky, the roast beef is super tender, and that onion sauce has a sweetness that complements the flavor of the blue cheese perfectly. I don't know how this could be any better.
Many people just know Venice for its beaches, but as you've just seen, it's got great food, as well as walking trails, biking trails, and a cute little downtown, so we're gonna show you those next.
So we've made it here to the Venetian Waterway Park Trail, which is a biking and walking path that stretches 10 miles long and runs on both sides of the Intercoastal Waterway. It's got some really nice views, and it also connects with the larger Legacy Trail, which runs all the way from Sarasota to Venice and is about 19 miles long. We have actually been thinking about riding that entire trail on our e-bike, so let us know if that's something you'd like to see on this channel.
Across the Intercoastal is the Venice Train Depot and Legacy Park, which is where you can hop on the Legacy Trail that Skylar mentioned. But we are heading in the opposite direction to downtown Venice. We've made it to Heritage Park, which is in between downtown Venice and Venice Beach, and we thought this was the perfect place to share some exciting news, and that is that our merch line has officially launched. We've got t-shirts, tank tops, oversized shirts, coffee mugs, tumblers, and stickers, all with a variety of designs to choose from.
Our Drink Local collection highlights our love for sharing our favorite local spots to get coffee and beer. Our Beach Vacation collection features bright colors and laid-back vibes. And our Retro collection includes some Explorcation logos.
Scan the QR code on the screen or visit explore-cation.com to shop our merch today. And be sure to use code COOLDOWN to save 15% on your order through November 7th, 2025.
Now, if you're interested in receiving early access to new sales, updates on new merch, or seeing what we've been up to behind the scenes, make sure you sign up for our monthly newsletter. Thanks so much to everyone who's already purchased our merch. It really is such a great way to help us keep the channel going, and we really appreciate the support. Now let's go explore more of Venice.
Downtown Venice is lined with palm trees. It has an old Florida feel and northern Italian architecture. It dates all the way back to the 1920s and is full of family-owned local businesses, including the one we're taking you to next. Oh man, Skylar can't pass up a good $5 sale. Are you gonna go shopping?
Maybe. I mean, it's only 2 racks, so it shouldn't take long.
Ooh, yeah, that looks nice for $5. All right, you gonna get it?
I think it's $5.
All right, go get it.
So just a warning to y'all, if you decide to visit Venice Avenue Creamery, this is what they call a single scoop. It is massive.
So I was able to try 2 different flavors in their single scoop waffle cone. This top one here is black currant, and I have never seen that flavor of ice cream anywhere else before. This is actually vegan and it is really good. The one underneath of it is cookie butter because I asked the staff what flavors they're known for, and she did say the cookie butter, as well as a couple of others. But this cookie butter is really good. It's creamy and delicious.
But how do they mix?
Probably not the best flavor combination, but I really wanted to try both of them. I've been trying to get Skylar to help me with this a little bit, but he unsurprisingly has passed because he is saving room for beer. I think he's looking for a happy hour spot.
I actually already found one. It's pretty much right next door.
Perfect.
Even though it's cooled off pretty nicely, apparently it's still hot enough that it makes ice cream melt really fast. Jamie's really having to wolf this thing down. I don't know if I've ever seen you eat ice cream so fast. As you can see, we got plenty of sun this morning. You can really see where the sleeve to Jamie's sun shirt ended. Looks like you almost have it finished.
Yeah, I was not gonna let that ice cream go to waste. It's too good.
So our happy hour spot is TJ Carney's. It's a family-run spot, and I don't know much about it other than the fact that they currently have some cheap beer. And honestly, that's all I really need to know, so we'll see you over there. So we just got to TJ Carney's, and they do have a happy hour going on where you can get $3 domestic drafts, but we learned that it's only at the bar. But it's so beautiful outside today, plus you can get $4 pumpkin beers right now. That's not part of their happy hour, so I decided to drink a couple of those out here in the beautiful weather. And I actually saw that they had lobster bisque on their menu as well. I wasn't planning on eating any food yet because we do have a dinner spot planned later on, but I cannot pass up a good lobster bisque, and this one is loaded with lobster. I don't think I've ever had a lobster bisque with that much lobster in it before. It is freaking loaded. It's very creamy and the flavor is great. I would highly recommend this. Now, after finding over 60 shark teeth on the beach, enjoying some awesome food and some awesome weather, it's safe to say that we've already had a great day here in Venice. Now, if you've had a great time coming along with us, we'd love it if you'd hit that thumbs up or that hype button, because every time you hit one of those buttons, it actually helps this video reach a wider audience and helps us keep doing what we love. Now, I think I'm gonna get one more pumpkin beer and then we're gonna head back to the beach.
We have made it to Venice Beach, and our plan tonight was to hang out here, watch sunset, and find some more shark's teeth. But upon some further research, we found out that it's probably not likely that we'll find many shark's teeth here. But we are going to show you some shots from this beach, because if you're coming here just for a beach day, this is a great option. After that though, we are going to go back to Brohard Park, and we're going to do some more shark tooth hunting in that area where we saw people hunting earlier this morning. We're not walking all the way down to Caspersen, and even if we don't find any more, we're still going to enjoy sunset on the beach. So Venice Beach does look a little bit different than we remember. They must have pumped a lot of sand in here to make this dune.
Now before we leave this beach, I do have to mention one other thing that we absolutely love about Venice Beach, and that is the free parking. You can find it downtown, at the beaches, in the parks, pretty much everywhere. And that's actually getting harder and harder to find in Florida beach towns, so we really appreciate it.
So we don't have too much time here before sunset, but it is another low tide, so hopefully we'll get lucky with some shark's teeth. The water is a little bit rougher compared to when we were out here this morning. Not sure if we're gonna get in or not, because it's also a lot cooler right now. We cannot believe how different the beach is tonight compared to this morning. Even though it's low tide now, it's not as low as it was earlier today. And when we walked past this area, there were a ton of people in the water, and you could see there was a line of seashells. But this doesn't even look like the same beach. It's very smooth. I think we're gonna have to go out a little bit farther to get shells. We're just gonna have to have a different strategy altogether. And that strategy might just be watching the sunset. So Skylar's gone out in the water a little bit, and he's saying there's just no shells in that area. It's smooth, so there's no shells to even look through to find the shark's teeth. So it turns out you still can find shark's teeth this way. It's just not as fun.
Our dinner spot brought us here to Trattoria de Mino, which is one of several Italian spots here in Venice. We really wanted to eat somewhere where we could dine outside because it's so nice out tonight, and here you actually get to dine right on the sidewalk on beautiful Venice Avenue. The place got off to a really good start with me because they have an Italian beer on the menu that I'd never even heard of, and is really good. They also brought us out some warm bread, and that's really good too.
So even though we are not that hungry, we ordered a large pizza because we wanted to have leftovers for tomorrow. Now here you can order half and half pizzas, so we ordered two different kinds. Now I don't know how to pronounce them, but one of them has tomato sauce, ham, artichoke, and capers on it. The other one doesn't have sauce. It has Italian salami as well as a balsamic vinaigrette. Both sides look absolutely amazing. We cannot wait to try them. So both of those pizzas were really good. I think I slightly preferred the one without the sauce, and Skylar slightly preferred the one with the tomato sauce. But honestly, we both would eat either of them again because they were delicious. Now it is not even 9 o'clock, and we feel like we are some of the last people out and about here in downtown Venice because it is definitely a daytime destination. So we are gonna head home and rest up for our next Florida adventure. And if you don't wanna miss that, make sure you're subscribed and turn those notifications on. Thanks for watching.